friends, how you doing? Forest Outdoors, coming to you again from the garage. Behind me is the wall of baits. It's still cold outside, but you know what? Like I said before, there's a lot of things you can do in the wintertime to get yourself ready, prepared, so you can be most efficient with your time on the water. I've got a tip for you that has saved me a lot of money over time. And that's how to properly spin up a bait casting reel. This is Johnny Moore's Signature Series rod and reel, and I've already got it set up, ready to go. But what I'm about to show you is a little tip and trick that I do on the majority of my bait casting rods. I don't do it on my crankbait rods because I need as much line as I can, because there's times where I'm going to be long lining or making really long casts or potentially trying to fish some deeper water with some really deep diving crankbaits. So I don't do this on my crankbait rods. I do this on my jigging rods, my worm rods, anything where I don't want to, where I know I'm not going to use the first 50 yards of line. And basically what that is, I'll show you here. I take an old spool of line, take whatever you want. It can be braid, it can be fluorocarbon, it can be mono, whatever you choose, but you need about 50 yards in total of this line. And really what we call it is a backing. I take line, I put it on the reel, and I start, lining that reel with a base form of line that I know I'll never use. It's usually about 50 yards. And I'll put that line on that reel. That is called a filler. That filler doesn't get used for anything, but it takes up room on that spool. So then I will take a fresh line, whether it be monofilament, fluorocarbon, or the two that usually works best. But I tie my two lines together. Whatever knot you choose, you want to use. Usually you don't get down low enough to hit that knot anyway, whether it be an Albright knot or a blood knot. Blood knot's the one I use most. But I tie the two together, and I put on new line. New line, you can get about 100 yards when you put it on a new baitcaster, and it works extremely well. That saves me an average of 50 yards per line on any given reel. Now, what also helps me when I do this is I mark down on the line, the spool of line that I use, and I'll mark off how many times I've used that. So one rod, one reel equals about 100 yards. That helps me on these smaller spools to use as much as possible, and I never get to the point where I've got 20, 25 yards on a spool that's left and I can't use it for anything. So that's my tip of the week on how to save some money on some line, how to properly put backing on. I hope it's helped you. If you've got other tips, tricks, or ideas, please comment below. By all means, we love it if you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page at Forest Outdoors. Everybody, we appreciate everything you do. Stay safe, have fun on the water, and have a great 2018 season. Take care.